On the line is Butch Meily, President of the Philippine Disaster Resilience Foundation, or PDRF. It's the country's private sector coordinator for disaster management. Magandang hapon, Butch.
Magandang hapon po, Sir.
Kumusta yung paghahanda naman ng PDRF? Yung mga miyembro, ang dami yung members ng mga corporations. How are you participating?
Well, first of all, si Secretary Solidum called the earthquake at 4:15 p.m.
Okay.
So right after that, we activated our Emergency Operations Center of PDRF, which is at Shell House in Makati. And we have 3 levels of participation by the different companies. First level is by following their own safety procedures on their own. The second level is by activating their individual business continuity plans. And the third and highest level is by actually participating in the intercluster coordination with the PDRF member network. And I'm happy to say that over 60 companies have already checked in with us and reported their status, and so we've recorded that. In addition, certain companies, such as Meralco, have gone all the way to level 3 in terms of their participating, and they will be proceeding to the Pasig Emergency Operations Center to actually simulate power restoration activities after an interruption of an earthquake.
What's a level 3 scenario?
Go ahead, yeah.
Sorry to cut you. What's level 3 scenario? Ano exactly yung nangyayari?
Well, actually, in PDRF network namin, it's divided into 7 clusters for an emergency. That includes power, water, telecoms, logistics, search and rescue, and also early recovery and finance. So within each cluster, we have several member companies and my cluster coordinator and cluster head, one for PDRF and one member company. For example, UPS heads the logistics cluster, and telecoms is made up of both PLDT and Globe. Water cluster is made up of Manila and Manila Water. So when they participate on level 3, that means they actually go through the coordinating the work, what they're doing with our network with PDRF, and actually going to the extent of participating and getting involved in yung drill itself by proceeding to the area emergency operation centers of their different sectors.
Okay, you were saying something before I interrupted you. What was the next point?
Yes, well, Meralco is at the highest level, level 3, but in addition, there are other companies who are at level 2, which is by they're activating their business continuity plans. And this includes Monarch, which is providing generators, NLEX, which is monitoring the road conditions and any damage to the roads, as well as the traffic conditions along the major evacuation routes outside of Manila. And the third company is Pacific Global One Aviation, which has already activated their business continuity plan by readying their helicopters and their plane for potential takeoff.
Okay. Mag-focus tayo sa business continuity kasi parang yun ang buzzword na palagi natin naririnig. Anong ibig sabihin yung parang yung maintindihan ng isang common na tao, isang employee? How is this important sa ating preparedness efforts?
Yeah, yung napaka-importante dyan, Voltaire, because the key sa speedy recovery ng isang small business in particular, but even large business, is to have, kailangan may plano sila. And that includes families. We all have to have a plan na kung anong mangyari. Let's say may sari-sari store ako. Let's say there's a flood coming or a storm coming or an earthquake. I have to be sure that yung mga dry goods ko are well stocked and hindi madadamage, hindi masisira. And if there's a flood, that they move it at least to the 2nd floor para hindi ma-affected ng mga tubig. So mga ganun. In addition, dapat may succession planning yan in case yung establishment owner is hurt or cannot come to work. Sino ba yung in command who will take charge of the business or the store that they're in? and how do they plan to, will they close initially, and how soon can they reopen? Kasi for PDRF, that's very important that both the large companies, which are better prepared generally, and even the SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, are also ready to with their own plan, and that they're aware of potential disaster, and that they're prepared to respond to it para yung recovery time nila mabilis.
Is this being implemented, observed across the board? How would you rate the level of preparedness ng business sector in terms of adopting this approach?
Well, much better, Voltaire, than before Super Typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan, both the government and the private sector. We have been conducting business continuity training sessions all over the country in different groups. No? For one example is yung Humanitarian Leadership Academy, tsaka Unilever has conduct BCP training for 1,000 vendors and suppliers. Of those, 500 will be Unilever suppliers. The rest will come from other companies. So yan, ginawa na namin. We finished that. So that's 1,000 small businesses that are more ready for a earthquake or potential crisis.
Okay. Yung Yolanda, after Yolanda in particular, when we were covering Yolanda, nakita natin yung uneven capacities ng iba't ibang members ng business sector to rise from the rubble at saka yung devastation nga. Ano sa first instance pa lang, lalo na yung mga maliliit, kanino sila dapat dumulog kaagad at ano ang kanilang dapat gawin? Lalo na yung mga nasa urban centers na key yung mga yung supply ng food, ng goods, and other services.
Well, you're right, Walter. Napaka-importante yung economic supply chain, no? Yung mga sari-sari stores, mga dealers. Kasi that's where, kung may pera ka naman pero wala kang bibilin, sayang lang, no? So they have to have a stock of goods ready. In addition, may mga wholesalers kami who are prepared to come in after a disaster to help them restock yung mga dry goods na sa sari-sari stores and to fix up the stores para makabalik sila sa business. So ang trabaho namin ng PDRF is to connect yung mga wholesalers na to with yung mga retail distributors like sari-sari stores para continuous ang supply of goods. Hindi naman masyadong matagal ang interruption. Okay. And in turn, that will help, we hope, keep prices down sa mga disaster areas. In addition, may mga pre-positioned relief goods which are also available sa mga evacuees.
Okay. And kasaklaw ba ng inyong training halimbawa yung awareness raising sa mga business owners? Kasi sakit sa ulo ng mga mayor minsan yung mga business owners na nagtataas ng presyo or yung sa hindi nagbubukas, iniintay na tumaas pa yung presyo ng mga fuel, for instance, na nangyari sa Bohol. I think that was a problem ng DILG Secretary noon and even during the Yolanda crisis. How should they behave in times of crisis, yung business sector?
Part of that is human nature din, no? Yung Yolanda was very serious kasi may looting of goods doon and completely destroyed ang Tacloban area. In particular, I visited it. Talagang walang goods available. So that took a bit longer to restore, no? But in relatively more ordinary storm na hindi naman super typhoon where we can get better prepared, yung hope nga namin is that the sari-sari stores and that the drug stores will be prepared, participate in this business continuity training para aware sila and may plano sila in case, crisis strikes. It's important to have a plan, whether you're a business or a family, so that when the unthinkable happens, ready ka rin, so that parang may muscle memory. Correct. So it's important to stay calm. It's important to have a plan and to follow it, and that includes families. Kaya For example, for families, dapat you should know the communication will probably break down. So you should have an adequate supply of water and goods, dried goods that you can live on for quite some time. And dapat may meeting point ang mga individual family members because you cannot assume that you'll be able to text or internet or any kind of communication in case there's a major crisis.
What other services do you provide to the business sector, lalo na sa mga maliliit na mga negosyante?
Well, in addition to maraming kinds of training, together with PhilVox, we provide yung training in terms of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions so that maintindihan nila what is involved. And secondly, in cooperation with the Aboitiz Foundation and Weather Philippines, we provide training in studying mga tropical weather patterns, such as typhoons, mga ganun, low pressure areas, so that maintindihan nila exactly what happens during a major typhoon. Because with understanding comes wisdom, and unless you have that kind of understanding, matatakot ka lang and you'll be proceeding as if you're in the darkness. So what we want to do is shed some light so that people will not be scared. Importante, huwag tayo matakot and huwag tayo magpanic.
Okay, and finally, if they want to reach you and avail of your services, how can they do that?
Well, we have a website, pdrf.org. In addition, though, we have certain, we have an operations center that they can log on to. And for our members, of course, they have special numbers and a email address where they can provide us with their status updates, which is happening now. For the public, we have a site called PH72. I urge everybody to take a look at it. That's designed for everybody in order that they can be better prepared. May mga simple, common sense advice dun on what to do to be better prepared. I think, but I think Voltaire, as a country, we're generally better prepared. But you know, during an actual earthquake or super typhoon or a volcanic eruption, of course, the best laid plans, and you have to expect a certain amount of chaos and a certain amount of discontinuity and disruption. And so the important thing is to try and be prepared for it.
Okay, in your area, how would you rate the exercise in terms of execution? Na-reach ba niya yung objectives niya, at least for the drill?
Yeah, you know, this is a 4-day drill, no? So matagal pa to. We'll be here, we'll be staffing our emergency operations center 24 hours until 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
So actually bukas, some of us will be going sa Pasig to partake of yung earthquake drill operations nila, which includes may mga terrorism incident din yan. I mean, various scenarios so we'll be going there together with some of the member companies to participate and to observe. But so far, I have to tell you that the response has been really outstanding on the part of the various member companies. May mga pictures kami of companies evacuating their employees and also conducting their safety drills. And napakarami ang nagre-report sa amin on status. I mean, mga simulated casualties din kami coming from the southern part of Manila. And we've also sent out text blasts to all our members and also an email warning. But of course, we're trying to emphasize that this is just a drill, no? Ayaw namin takutin yung mga tao.
Then use the hashtag #MMShakeDrill para makita rin natin, i-show rin namin sa aming feed yung mga pictures at video clips ng inyong mga member companies. Thank you for joining us. Butch Meily.
And thank you for doing this, and good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.